All right, I'm back. Um, Guys, it's been a long time since I last streamed, and a lot's been going on. Obviously, you can see a beard on me. Not the hat. There's nothing not normal about this hat. Everyone wears hats like this. Come on, guys. Everyone wears hats like this. Um, Thank you guys for coming in and saying hi and even like commenting on the videos I make. I really appreciate the community that we've all created. With the videos and the parodies and the Mad Puppets. So yeah, this is Mad Puppets. This is the face of Mad Puppets. Only like temporary. Why do I have a beard like this? Because I'm on a project. I'm doing a project. All right. That's all I gotta say. I got another channel up and running. I'm growing my beard. You know, should be fun, but it's gonna be a commitment. So when I keep doing these streams, it's just I'm gonna look different every single time. I mean, depending on how often I decide to stream. So, guys, why am I doing this type of style and format? You normally see me doing the streams with like the Mad Puppets in the background, the graphics and all the technological stuff. Well, I don't use OBS anymore. The only reason is because for some reason, Mad Puppets channel got hacked like twice, and I was kind of very surprised. Apparently, it was someplace in Russia, and I ended up. I know exactly probably why it happened. Is because someone was reaching out through an email saying, "Would you like to work with this VPN?" And me being so, I gotta be honest, I was a little bit like naive. That's the best way I could put it. I was very naive because they wanted to collaborate, and I'm not going to say who, but it was you probably can't even find it on the internet anymore because that's how much they grifted me. So they said, "Hey, we want to work with you. We have a project. We just wanted to see if you were down with it." And I'm like, "Cool, sounds interesting." Now, if I had ChatGPT and I sent this on in to get it, analyzed, I'm pretty sure ChatGPT would have been red flag, red flag. But I didn't have ChatGPT. I didn't have that at the time, so I ended up, just saying okay, and then just complying with everything that they asked me to do. I complied. They said, "Okay, so we're going to send you a file. We want you to open up the VPN and see if it works on your computer." And not like for some reason my mind was like not like thinking it wasn't going red flag, what red hat, red flag. It was like okay, yeah, sure. So I go ahead and download it on my computer. It opened up as if like it was supposed to be a VPN, like press a button and then it'll activate the VPN. And then bam, it wasn't working. And then I contacted them back and said, "Oh, I was able to upload it, but I can't make it work." And they didn't respond back to me. Another red flag, red flag, red flag. But anywho, yeah, that's what happened. And then like maybe about a month later, the channel got hacked, and they didn't really do anything to it. They just kind of like just held it, and I was like behind the scenes talking to YouTube team YouTube. Apparently, you have to go on their Twitter, and then you have to contact them through Twitter. And yeah, anywho, or was it X or something? I think it was X. Yeah, you got to contact them on X because Twitter was taken over by Elon Musk, and thank you, he changed the to or was it? You know what? My mind is getting scrambled right now because the reason is because it was so traumatic. Okay, so I got it back the first time it got hacked, and I was happy. I even ended up posting on the channel saying, haha, hackers, blah, I didn't say it like that, but I ended up just, recognizing that it got hacked and letting you guys know that it got hacked. And then a few days later, got hacked again. And it was like, the hacking moment where I got the notification on my phone, and then suddenly, bam, someone's like, signing in. And it took like less than a minute for everything, for all the hackers to change everything, the passwords, the recovery account, the email attached to it, and then they put a lock, they put a security key on. And I had to get a security key for this once I got it back a second time. So it was just really difficult for me, even though the channel doesn't, I don't think it has, a most amazing amount of subscribers, but they're our subscribers, they're ours, it's like a chance. And what happened the second time when it got hacked is, like a day or two later, the hacker still had it. I was still communicating back with Team YouTube. And then suddenly, I think it was at 3 a.m. or something, because I was I couldn't sleep. So I was trying to figure out, still awake, but then suddenly found that I was on YouTube, and then Mad Puppets, pulled up, and I'm like, wait. There's a live going on Mad Puppets? Oh no. So I go and click on it, and I'm like, it's kind of surreal because I'm literally watching my own channel, and I don't have control of it, and someone else is posting a live on it, completely unrelated to anything that I do on this channel. So it was very interesting. It was some type of stock thing or taxes. I don't know what it was, but it was just really. And then right after that, bam, checked it in the morning at 5:30 or 6, and then the channel wasn't even searchable. It was down because I think YouTube flagged that, and the channel got taken down. I'm like, at first I thought it was the hackers. But okay, so guys, why am I wearing this hat? Is because I'm about to collab with Mr. Pibb. I'm going to collab with Mr. Pibb, and I'm wearing one of the characters behind there. But anywho, I'm getting some help. I'm getting some other puppeteers to help. My wife, who's an awesome, reliable puppeteer. Whenever I need help with something, she's just okay, let's do it. And then we ended up making some fun moments in the video. But then I'm gonna invite my daughter. I got this little mini blue screen suit. I think it's gonna be cool. But anywho, my whole family is gonna be participating in this one, and I'm really excited. And to tell you the truth, the reason why I'm doing Mr. Pibb is because I don't want to do Dr. Pepper. I think Dr. Pepper is definitely overplayed. It's overrepresented. And I feel like Mr. Pibb deserves a little bit of a chance. And if you go on Mr. Pibb's Instagram, you'll end up finding a really cool song that I'm also going to be collaborating with this artist who created the song. So I'm going to be tagging both of them, Mr. Pibb channel on Instagram. And should be fun. But yeah, that's why I'm wearing this hat, because I'm going to be using it. But I don't need to wear it anymore. Just wanted to kind of intro what a crazy, crazy time it's been. What a crazy time. I'm trying to be a puppeteer. I'm trying to build up this channel. Suddenly, I get hacked by people from Russia. And it's I'm Russian. I'm more like Yugoslavian. It's what we consider the Mexicans of Russians. We just like to party more. We got Schlivo that we could just down, but I don't drink that much. I just have a beer every once in a while. But Mr. Pibb, we're going to be collaborating and doing a video and some original voice acting. Daryl is also going to be a part of it too. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. Really excited. Mr. Pibb is actually kind of like a nice drink, you know. It's got the same flavor tones of Dr. Pepper, but I'd say it's a little bit more of a. It's got a little bit more of a spicier, uh, forward to it. It's definitely got the same type of flavor profile, but yeah, it's really good. It's got that cherry. Comes in different flavors too. This is called Kickin' Cherry soda, which refers to the spices and stuff. But yeah, I like it. I enjoy it. Plus, because I don't want to drink all the soda together, I include a little bit of the Waterloo black cherry to the Mr. Pibb. I don't know. Does that make me weird? Am I a weird person because I like to mix soda with like sparkling water, like the flavored sparkling water? I mean, this is like cherry with Mr. Pibb, but I also put black cherry, which kind of brings a little bit more of a cherrier taste to it. I think it's cool. And you get a nice little light profile. You still get to, taste it, but it's not like sugary overbearing. It's just a little bit more of a easier, lean into intaking lots of sugar. Because guess what? How much sugar does this have? This has 40 grams of sugar. I mean, we all been to like chemistry class or science class. We probably seen what 40 grams of sugar looks like in terms of like raw, like a powder form, like a granulate form. 40 grams of sugar is it's a lot. That's like, man, it's probably like 40 sugar packets. I don't know, probably maybe 20. Anywho, that's a lot of sugar, especially to intake at once, but I do like the flavor. I like it. And growing this beard, of course, I got another channel open, so I won't be talking about that too much. But yeah, I do have another channel that's on called Grown a Beard for 3 years. 10 years ago, it was kind of a continuation. I started growing my beard for a year, and then right after that, I shaved, and that's all where it went. But this time around, I'm committing 3 years, and yeah, growing a 3-year beard. Check it out. You'll probably see my dumb, ugly face, and I'm having fun with it. I'm relearning what it's like to have a beard. And speaking of beards, who else had a beard? Jim Henson. Jim Henson had a beard, and he had a great beard. It was an awesome puppetry beard. So I don't know if like there's a little correlation. I would love to be considered, a Jim Henson of puppetry. That would be great. I would love to imagine that, like, my type of puppetry can be just as influential, if not like, just kind of like the status of a, like an archetype like Jim Henson. I mean, that would be like the biggest compliment that I could ever receive as a entertainer and performer and artist. And I like to do a lot of different things, but I also have just developed a love of puppetry because I've watched all the Jim Henson movies and shows, like when I was growing up. Muppet Babies, when the Muppets caper, and Muppet Treasure Island, Muppets in Space. Like, yeah, the Muppets was definitely a big factor in how I grew up in being influenced by puppets and, with my performance. Also, I'm a type of an open mind, so I was watching SML a few times. That's not my primary influence, but I just happen to be using silly puppets that SML uses. They also use Folk Manis puppets. I use mostly like animal Folk Manis, but yeah, it's definitely something that I've definitely grown to appreciate a lot more because I'm able to utilize what I've learned in my school, utilize what I've developed in my artistry, utilize the type of repetitiveness when I'm like editing videos. I started when I was like in, you know, high school. I was in high school when I first, and it was because they had a editing class. So I was like, hey, I'll do that. I was kind of interested in stop motion. I was doing some stop motion with my sister, at the time, and we were just like, having fun with that. But then go to school and then you get to learn, basically I already knew how to edit, but because they had like better computers in their labs, I was able to just punch out a lot more editing, a lot more videos. And sometimes I'd often see myself like just staying until I have to like, ride the next bus home late. But I really like stayed at school for that reason, that they had that editing computer lab. But yeah, so I got really interested in editing videos, and I was also interested in doing animation. I'm kind of like a little bit versed in the 2D animation where you can kind of bone rig them and then animate them through that method. I think they like to have the Anime Studio I was working on a few times, as well as like I think it went into like Toon Boom, which is I think similar to that. A lot of artists, cartoonists, they use Toon Boom because it's just an uh, easy software where you can just like develop your own characters and then rig them pretty easily and then make animations. So I ended up doing that, and then come to fast forward, I was like in Las Vegas. I was with a few friends, and we were trying to get this musical up and running that we both wrote together. I wrote the music, and my other colleague wrote the script and the lyrics, and it was called Slushies versus Zombies. So basically, ended up having to figure out another method because we weren't really retaining actors to want to do this musical. So we instead thought, hey, let's you do the musical with puppets. And that's when Mad Puppets kind of came to be. It was just the idea of trying to get a project going, and then we ended up like I ended up buying like a bunch of puppets. It was like a family of puppets. Like I think it was like around 200 or 180, and it was like 6 to 8 puppets. Silly Puppets, has that, family package where you can, round up a bunch of like different puppets. But I ended up doing that, and then found out that, well, maybe the people that, stuck around that wanted to do the puppetry for this musical, we ended up just like, putting it out as a teaser. It wasn't actually singing as much. It was just kind of like first episode, prequel, second episode, getting into the actual musical part of it. But then we ended up like thinking, well, we have the people who are still around, they end up like being able to have other aspects of their talents. They were really good at improv. So we thought, well, aside from doing this project, how about we do some like improvisation for other scenes? So we ended up doing that more. And then finally we were like kind of almost running out of like improv moments. And it was also because like, the inaccessibility of all the people, including Daryl, including Jonathan. Quite oftentimes I would just end up just being by myself for a while, and we wouldn't get anything done. So then I started realizing, you know what, I'm going to try to put down some scripts. I want to like write scripts and then maybe parody some of these, popular videos that are, going viral and stuff. So yeah, that ended up being a little bit more of the entering in TikTok. So it was a pretty fun, progression of getting to be a puppeteer, because I didn't have that type of training when I first started. I just loved puppets. I loved Jim Henson, and I loved, just the artistry of puppetry. But yeah, so it's kind of interesting how long it can take to become good at what you do, to become good, even remotely good. I'm not saying that I'm good. I mean, I would consider like other puppeteers to be even better. Like Justin Talks Puppets on Instagram. He does like Bloob the Alien. He does like a bunch of other, characters and channels of puppets. So check him out. He's definitely a really good puppeteer. He's been working on his craft for like so many years, and he even got invited to be a part of certain Jim Henson studios, things like that. So it was really cool to just kind of like help open up the community and just being able to be a part of this type of puppetry world. And speaking of puppetry world, yesterday was World Puppetry Day. So hey, World Puppetry Day. I don't know where my hat went to. I mean, not the hat that I just wore, but like the Mad Puppets hat. I don't know where that is. I think I left it in my car or something, but hey, just wanted to let you guys know that, hey, thank you so much again for being a part of this. I know I like to just ramble on about stuff, and I know that the lives have kind of degraded, or at least downgraded, because I'm a little afraid to like upload OBS. I went on to, kind of mention that because of the hacking twice of this channel. This channel got hacked twice, and that kind of just scared me a little bit. So I tried to get back onto OBS. I still have the integration, the side backgrounds and all that, being able to, transition from like different panels. And I liked it. I liked it because I can also do like screen sharing for you guys. And if you guys wanted to watch something, that was kind of like a good potential way to do a stream. But I tried to log on back to OBS, and for some reason, it just doesn't work. Like I tried to connect it a few times, and I don't know if it's because YouTube had put a sort of I don't know, something. They put something where I can't log in on my on this channel on multiple platforms, on multiple devices. I can't log in my Mad Puppets channel on my phone anymore, because for some reason, after it got hacked a second time, Team YouTube went into like this, like it was like a very strict type of ruling of how you can log in. And I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense. Clearly I had to contact you guys twice about trying to recover this channel. So I didn't think too much of it. And I think this could be a little bit more manageable, where I just keep it nice and simple. I can, talk about what I'm going to be doing. I can talk about like just, the community. But, knowing me and knowing the technology that I like to fiddle with, eventually it's probably going to get back to OBS. Hopefully after maybe a few of these streams that go and that don't go unflagged, or, that are easily passable by Team YouTube or whatever is being like, monitored on this channel, I hope that I can get back into the swing of things. But I'm still doing a lot of puppetry. I'm still doing a lot of videos. Again, going to be doing a little Mr. Pibb collab. Bloob the Alien is also going to be in it too. So from Justin Talks Puppets on Instagram. So check that out. It should be out probably. It could probably be around, like done around maybe the next week, because I'm still waiting on a few of these green screen, blue screen suits that I've ordered. So they should be in by the middle of this week. And I probably should be able to get the filming done, including the editing done, because I can get those done pretty fast. I'll get those done pretty fast, and then I can end up. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I just noticed the microphone. Is it all the way up? I don't know. I'm gonna have to check, because I'm using this Elago type of camera. So, hey, I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to view this. I'm going to see, hey, he said too many times, and he actually looks very old for his age. I'm 41, and at the same time, this beard is just making me look like I'm ancient. Which is funny. If you go on my other channel, Growing a 3-Year Beard, you'll see me like, I shaved my whole head. I shaved my beard. I shaved everything. So I looked very much like a shaved little boy. And now I look just like a old little man. Hopefully with a good looking beard like Jim Henson had, But yeah, just wanted to come on and say I'm back. I want to continue to do more streams for you guys because I just love this type of community. I love, the comments. I love people just seeing how stupid I can be, and I can be really stupid. Trust me. You don't want to miss that, right? All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get going, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday, and we'll talk more puppets later. All right. See you next time.